how are we all doing? It's been a while. It's wonderful to see you little human beings again. Good times. So, anyway, we've been off doing life things. All the life things, all the building things. And the other day, well, yesterday afternoon? Yeah, yesterday afternoon, the house flooded. So there was water in all of the places. But on the plus side, that meant that I needed to empty my storage room with the help of my housemate. And so I found some bits and pieces. Ooh, how exciting. What did we find? What did you find, Dungeon Slime? Well, let's take a little look at what we found, shall we? If I go here, and I click on that. Are we there? No? Are we there? Here we go. I don't need that there. There we go. Oh, but you can't see what I found. Let's take a look. Not those. So I had to, as soon as we were going through a storage room, we released some of the old stuff. So one of the old gazetteers. But even more funny, look at this poor unfortunate specimen. The Elves of Alfheim. Courtesy of who knows what kind of fluids. Could be anything on there. Literally anything. These were nice books. Very pretty. I like the inlay of flowers. You get the same in this one as well, right? I think you do. Do you? Don't you? No, you don't. I misremembered. And then we've got the Shadow Elves. Cool. Look at that. This one's really been through the wars over the years and years and years. That's quite a nice character sheet, actually, when you compare it to some of the new ones, because it's got that really good combat hit roll matrix in the middle. So that's cool. That's actually quite a nice design. I wonder if I can find a copy of this one. Although that's funny, isn't it? Kind of shows how often irrelevant the character abilities were in this setting. Where are the saving throws? There they are. Interesting skills, because in like the Gazetteer Make Me stuff, they started adding a skill system. What else have we got? We've got this Monster Manual from back in the day, first edition, done AD&D. Ugly pictures, just the way we like it. Cool. Look at that terrible, terrible font. How small is that? How small is that? Wild. But yeah, I thought I'd get this out of the room, out of the storage. And I also have Monster Manual number 2. Apparently, it was given to some person called John, with all their love, in summer, 84. I'm not John, but I'm sure John was very happy with it. I've got no idea how I got these. None at all. Not a single sausage of an idea. I wonder why the camera... my camera tracking isn't going very well at the moment. I don't know why. But, hey-ho. So yeah, this is cool. You'll probably find a use for this at some point. Alright, see, I've gone off to the side again and it just kind of forgets. It's weird. Maybe I need to... 1 second. Oh no, that's not how you do it. Maybe if I do that a bit. Maybe if I angle the camera down a bit more, it'll see. What I should probably do at some point is get like a separate camera. Check this one out though. Yeah. Player's Handbook, 2nd edition. Sellotaped up bindings there. Sellotape all over the place, because this book continues to fall apart. More weird people that I don't know. For many, 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 many years ago. Don't even think that's a valid address anymore. So yeah, this was the only book I had for about... how long? Like 10 years, I think. I didn't have a DM's guide or nothing. I just had the player's handbook, and that's what we used to play the game. Something less exciting that I picked up today is Solo Wargaming Guide. Might be interesting at some point. Something else that I found whilst I was going through my storage boxes, and this is exciting. Where is it? So I got the first edition Star Wars West End game stuff. I also found my Cyber Generation stuff, and I found a bunch of old Mech Warrior and what's it called? Battletech stuff. So I found my battle-worn copy of the Battletech Compendium. So that was a thing. Let's get this out of the way. I don't need any of this for what we're doing today. You'll notice there's another giant pile of stuff over there. That's what we're worrying about today. But I need to find somewhere for this to live. I'll do that after this. So today I got, a few days ago, I had delivered Morgansfort, which is kind of basic fantasies. Keep on a Borderland. You can get it for free on their website. So that's a thing. And it's got the Morgansfort, which is a basic homestead for the party, and then a number of dungeons to run. So I was thinking we'd just do a reasonably simple attack on the dungeon. I think that's what I was thinking about doing. That's the dungeon from the other day. But I'm trying to be all. So this is when we were using the cards. What happened to that party? They're still somewhere. I've put them away in a file so we can come back and completely forget which figures they had, what wilderness map they were on, and all the rest of it. But in order to try and alleviate that, I've been a good little slime, you see. And I've got this little folder, and of course, in good slime mode, I've not bothered to label it so that when it's just laying around in 3 months' time, I'll have no idea what's in here and possibly throw it away because organisation is a Dungeon Slime's middle name. But more importantly for now, let's get that out of the way. I've got an inventory sheet. So this is what the various characters have on them. Yep. And I've got the character summary sheet, which tells us everything we need to know. And I've got some monster tracking sheets, which may or may not be of use, because as we saw, you might have seen when just lightly flicking through the book, it's got hit point trackers in here. But really the main reason for filling in the sheet is the hit dice attack stuff. So we might still do that. I'm not sure. We will see, right? We will see. Interesting thing is, whereabouts do we come into this fortress when we come in? 16, apparently. But we'll just work through the book kind of thing. So we've got some information on the background here. The religion in the Western Lands. So Western Lands is kind of like their Mystara, I suppose. It's there we go. So that's the Western Lands. There you go. It appears that there's 6 main regions: City of Avonroe, Avenir is the capital city of the Elvish Kingdom. Fair enough. City of Beth. Beth is the capital of the Church of Tar. We got Island of Corvus. Corvus is the sign of what remains of the Empire of Urd. We've got Demon Frost Mountains. This steep mountain range is always snow-capped, and numerous glaciers wend their way down the rocky slopes. No one lives here save for wild men and cold-resistant monsters. And we've got the free city of Ravenstone. This city is a former Urdish colony. And we have the free city of Stateholm. Stateholm was a former Urdish colony. Possibly non-human settlement. We've also got the Islands of Sunset. The Islands of Sunset are ancestral lands of elves of the West. Lots of elves. City of Novatia. Novatia is the capital city of the Empire of Urd. And the Empire of Urd, far across the Eastern Ocean, established a substantial colony on the island of Corvus, as well as several smaller colonies nearby. So they're kind of like a distant empire. And then we've got some religions. So we've got Druids. We've got the 100 gods. Before the arrival of Urdish colonists, most of the more civilized people of the Western lands worshipped one or another of several pantheons of gods. So that's something that I'm quite interested in doing. I've seen Dolmenwood, so Dolmenwood might do it, but a setting which is more inspired by kind of folklore, kind of really because not much is known of kind of Celtic and pre-Celtic mythology and mysticism and beliefs. But it'd be interesting to do something, with the little people, a nice a place where I think is probably quite similar in the way they kind of imagined the global order, right? Was probably similar to the Japanese with their kami, all the little gods. I suspect that they're probably a lot like that. But yeah, that would be something interesting to do. So anyway, they've got the Church of Tar. The Church of Tar is a monotheistic church which came to the Western lands along with the Urdish colonists. You have the Church of Tar Reformed. The Church of Tar arose in the former Urdish colonies in response to the increasing corruption within the Betite sect. Evil clerics. There you go. Some clerics worship evil powers among the druids and the priests of the 100. Evil clerics are uncommon but not unheard of. Fair enough. So we got evil clerics. This is the small map of Morgansfort. Well, the area around Morgansfort. So that there is Morgansfort. We've got some farms up here to the north. A castle on a little island. So, and a swamp, my favourite. We all know how much I love rolling up swamps. Morgansfort is located in the south of Stateholm. Along the coast, the fortress and the surrounding territory are under the control of Baron Morgan Rathwin, nephew by marriage to the Duke. Morgan is the fifth son and thus destined to be a nobody. This isn't the text. This is kind of my rapid interpretation of whatever it is that's going on. The interesting thing here is we've got a time scale here. So distance moved for this adventure. Let's quickly check for place. Does it have a rumour table? That's an interesting question, isn't it? Well, let's start. Oh, there is a rumour table. Where is the rumour table found? Oh, is it in the bar? Rumours. While in Morgansfort, player characters may solicit rumours while equipping and provisioning themselves. To obtain a role. Right. Don't re-roll repeated rumours. Okay. I just have to pretend that I can't see the bit where it says false, but that's okay. Okay. And there's the Oldie Island Fortress. If your players are experienced, feel free to start the adventure at the gates of Morgansfort. Role-playing the scene where the adventurers identify themselves as One problem such a group must solve is how to make it... Yeah, okay. If you wish, you may make their life easier. No one wants to make their lives easier. Such a boat... No, right, fine. We're good. This is all perfectly doable. The question, though, is... Well, let's get to town. I should introduce the party, shouldn't I? What I'm probably going to do is kind of a 30-minute... Oh, wait, I was going to... Oh, well, I'll do that now, you see. So that the people watching at home won't have to put up with all of my my rambling there. I should probably hit the start recording button as well as the start streaming button. So that way, when I want to cut this up, I can. It'll be fine. So let's start recording there about now. Yeah, let's go. Okay, cool. But yeah, the characters. So we've got a handful of characters here. We've got Nadala, a lawful magic user who worked in her mother's ale house, learning to keep quiet and listening, using gossip to her benefit. I think she's with her. Yeah, F, female. We have Tish Schlander. We can always double check on the point printed out, but yeah, Schlander. Again, a magic user, neutral, female. Apparently she's a bounty hunter before she became an adventurer. Steely Stare. We've got Lushku, who is a neutral, non-binary magic user. 15. Oh, the previous one we had 18, and we had a 17. So Lushka is a magic user. Have I been good and noted down? I haven't noted down the spells, so that's bad. Okay, we'll do that in a second. We've got Kalala. I think that's it. Yeah, Kalala. They are a human cleric in plate, so that's good. They were apprenticed to a guild artisan. We'll have to figure out who that was at some point. We've got Kataku, who is again another cleric, and female and neutral, so they might become a druid at some point. She's familiar with a jail cell, and they are female. Yep. We've got Cassandra, who's a thief, neutral. They are non-binary. Oh wow, look at that. My head vanished right inside of you. I went right inside. How did it feel? That well? Good. They come from a nomadic tribe. We've got Boudica, who is a fighter, female, lawful. Their past is a mystery, even to themselves. And we've got Matoke, who is a male, neutral fighter. And they're a talented soldier and a former royal guard. And again, I've printed out the Western Lands overarching map and the Morgansfort starting area. So, happy days. So that's the cast of stars. So we need 3 wizards, of which 2 are female. One of them's non-binary. So we have 2 she's and a they. So we'll go 1. I'm pretty sure I got 3. I got out 3 wizards. 2, 3. Which one's which? That's the question. We'll have this one be Lushiku. See how long I remember this for, right? So this will be Lushiku. I should probably. Does it help if I turn the little camera on the camera? Let's have a look. Not really. Anyway, that's them. Not zooming. No. There we go. So that one will be Lushiku. This will be Nadala. That's Nadala for us. We'll again almost certainly not remember that. And this, we only need to remember when they die anyway. This will be Schlander. So Schlander's got a good hat. She's rocking the hat. I like that model. Next we've got 2 clerics. So people with hammers. That's a hammer. So this will be a cleric. And we need another one with a hammer. So this will be Kalala. And where's our other hammer wielder? Another wielder of a hammer. I've got one here with a bit of a cultist look on him. We've got that. We've got that. We've got that. Is that it? Just that one. And that one over there. Did I hide one? No, I haven't hidden one. Bit of a nuisance, eh? Right, well let's give let's use this one as our other cleric. Whoa. Look at this bad gentlefolk. Oh, he's clearly not got the memo on the happiness and goodness of that stuff, right? Of the religion. Definitely kind of like a what do they call it? An evangelical one, this one, eh? Out there smashing face with his hammer, going, praise the Lord. Next, we've got a Kasamba, who is our thief. Well, this one's obviously a thief. It's very thiefy. I have Matoke and Boudica. One of them's got a sword. So have I got one with a sword? Yeah, there we go. So this can be Matoke. This can be Matoke. Already got a handful of gold in their hands. So that's them. Matoke. And then we'll use this, I think. Shall we? Have we got one which has got a... Oh, hold on. No, right, this one's got an axe. What an axe do? Oh, well, they've even got an axe. So this one can be a Boudica. Boudica. So that gives us our 8 characters, right? I think that's 8. We've got 8. Let's see. Let's see if we can count to 8, everybody. 1, Lushiku. 2, Nadala. 3, Schlander. Then we've got 4, Kalala. And Katuko. And then we've got Kasamba. And we've got Padika and Matoki. Matoki. Who knows? Matoki. And in their bags, basically, I went, the fighters have the least stuff. The thief has some more stuff. Clerics don't have a huge amount of stuff. And then the wizards are quite a bit. So that's that. That's them. That's a party. And marching wise, we'll probably have, if we look at this sheet to start off with, if we look at this, we'll probably have who, where. We'll probably have, what armor classes have they got is really the question. So we'll probably have Kalala and we'll have Kalala and Boudica at the front. So we were saying Kalala is this one. So that's Kalala. This is Boudica at the front. We'll have the thief way out front. So Kotaku is way out front. No, that's Nasamba. So Nasamba, Boudica, Kalala. Then we'll follow it up with the other fighter, which is Matoki, and we'll have Kakaku there. Right? No, I'll probably have that one at the back. Right, because you never know what's going to happen. Something might ambush us from behind, and that would suck. So this character, all of the fighters will have a polearm as well, so they can fight from the second rank if they have to. And yeah, there we go. That's kind of the marching order. Cool. Top bananas. So we arrive at Morgansfort. Is there any colour text for Morgansfort? Let's see. Oh, Morgansfort. Gatehouse. No. Keys to the Morgansfort fort. So this is the fort. There's that initial picture of fort. Morgansfort. What do we see here that's interesting about it? So Morgansfort appears to be a thriving settlement. As we reach the gates, there's a largest gatehouse at the front of the fortress, or what one would presume is the front of a fortress. So that's on the south side, but we've followed the road up to it. We've had a long trip here, a nice long march, and we arrive at the fortress. And it's a big whitewashed building, massive walls for the time. If you think about it, we're talking, an old culture and a group of people who have spent most of their lives kind of in small settlements and small villages. The site of Morgansfort is an impressive sight to them. With its multiple towers and its large kind of steel gates and all that kind of stuff. The party is very impressed by the sight of it, and they head on up. And in true kind of keep 'em a Borderland fashion, they're halted as they enter, and they're asked, who are you and what are you doing here? And the party, of course, is like, well, we're adventurers, and we're adventurers, and we've heard that this is an area where our skills may be in demand, and we should probably, do you know, of all the things that I've got laying around here, the one thing I don't have is my oracle. 1 second, let's see if I can see my oracle laying around somewhere. Do I have a collection of oracles? I can see the big one, but I don't think we want to use that. I think we want to. 1 second, let me just go over here where it is. Yes. That's not one. You? Are you? You feel like you are? No, you're not. See, what I've done there is, as always, I've clearly, very tactically put things away in folders and they're not labelled for folder. Let's see in this one. What have we got in here? Black March. Oh, that looks like it might be an Oracle. I think that is. We've got Star Wars, so I definitely don't need that one. Oh, and Wayfinders, so... I've still got the Wayfinders characters. Hooray. But I do have this. Campaign notebook. Forge. And do I have the old one pager in here? No. I think the campaign... does. Well, even if it doesn't, we've got... Yeah, one-page solo engine, and we've got solo micro GM emulator. So, too much stuff. Forge, you stay here. The rest of this go over here. All these other files that I just got out for no reason, it can live there. There we go. It's a new home. Back me in new house. So I reach the gate in this guard. And the guards kind of, I mean, he looks them over and they kind of do look like adventurers. So the question here is, does the guard let them through? I probably should, I could do with some dice, couldn't I? Dice would help. Dice. We've got some. We've got some more. All the dice. Cool. And we've got all sorts of little bits. These are from the Wayfinders. And dice. And we need probably a D6, because this is clearly a D6 table. Have we got a pink D6? We do. Let's roll. 3. Okay, well, the guard says, we'd love to let you in, but we've been having problems, you see, with raids, you see, from the oh no, he goes, yeah, we can. No, of course you could come in, but I mean, you've got to give us a gold piece each, right? That makes sense. However, the characters are kind of broke at the moment because they've spent all their money on getting adventuring equipment, and they didn't think ahead to the fact that they might need to pay for anything upon arrival. And they're like, well, that's an awfully big shame for you, isn't it? And they're like, yes, is there anything we can do? Boudica kind of taking on, Boudica kind of taking on a leadership kind of role there, being like, are there any options? And he looks from kind of up and down, and looks like he thinks for a moment, and he says, well, just down the road there's an old keep, and it's been overrun by beasties, and so it'd be pretty handy if you go down there and kind of give the place a raid. I mean, you don't need you just need to go there and get some coin, right? So you could probably get in there and do some damage and come back. And the party kind of looks at him and they look up, and it's kind of getting a bit dark, and very kind of, and he looks up and he shrugs and he looks back at them and looks over towards the fields and goes, "It's going to be dark soon," he says. And the party kind of annoyed head go. "Oh, we will go and investigate this fortress that you've told us about." And we're going to go, "Well, that was awfully convenient of a starting point for the party, eh?" But I think the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to have to spend a night out in the wilderness, right? Fortunately, they all have rations. I think I'll give them a D6 roll to see if they manage to catch anything edible. Let's have a quick check to see if any of them have a skill set that would help with kind of hunting. Bounty hunter, not really the wrong kind of hunting. Pub, not really the right kind of place. Orphaned at a young age, but city slum type. Apprentice to a guild artisan, again, kind of city slum type. Familiar with just a jail cell, kind of feels slum type to me again. From a nomadic tribe known for furs and spices. So I reckon that Cassandra? No, that's not their name. What is their name? Cassandra K? Yeah, Cassandra. That's the thief. Double trouble. I reckon Cassandra has experience. So on a 1 or a 2, they manage to catch game. Otherwise, they don't. They don't. Okay. So they have to eat one of their rations each. So if we go to here, because I've got a little tracker for it on here, and have I lost my pencil? I've not lost my pencil. There we go. Let's track this for them. One ration, 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 and one ration. Now, because they're close to town, I'm not going to bother rolling for a random monster, but there might be a random encounter, right? So on a 1, there's a random event. 4, no random events. We're good. So they sleep, they have a light watch, and everything's good. They progress quite nicely. Oh, something else I should note is that I let the thieves have shields, because I don't see why they shouldn't have learned how to use a shield. There you go. I also let them have maximum hit points, because as if you've seen my stuff before, re-rolling characters is kind of a pet bugbear of mine, bit of a nuisance. So let's hope we don't need to. Okay, so what are the instructions in Morgansfort for this little trip? If we take a look at our map, donk, get out of the way. Get this. No, that's not where the map is. The map at the back then. Yes, there it is. Just get some of this out of the way. Oh dear, we're all taking a battering. Move that up. Put you there. Put you there. And push Forge. What was in Forge? I can't remember much of Forge. Oh, this was kind of like an entire Solos engine. Might be useful. But what was a particular thing in here that I quite liked? Oh, Divine Magic. That's one thing that I keep on looking around for, is a kind of satisfying magic solution. Really, I want to find that for Beyond the Wall, because I think it would be fun. Alright, so it's got some decent settlement creation, on the fly creature creation stuff. It's cool. Morgansfort. And I was doing all this so that I could push this up into view. Oh, but one thing I should do, we're at the campfire, aren't we? Let's finally get this out. get this out. So these are the campfire cards that I've been wanting to use since I got them. I'm sure I mentioned them at one point. I might not have, but I got these weeks ago, and I've wanted to use them since I got them weeks ago. But I've been too lazy, and I've been too busy doing work stuff. Let's put it that way. It's too stressed about work stuff. So, also, I got it back into playing Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought for some reason. But yeah, cool. Right. If you could visit any period of history of your world, which would you choose? Okay, so let's think about who's going to answer this and who asked it. You're at the back. So if we roll a D8 to find out who asked it, there we go. D8. Number 8. Matey at the back. So that's Matoke. No, it's a cleric. So that's Kalala asks 5. Wait, 8. Oh, yes, marching order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's Lushiku. And Lushiku says, we should probably make a note of this, because this feels like inadvertent world building, doesn't it? So let's just get this. Find a piece of paper that's not covered in goo. There we go. We've got past for coffee or tea stain or whatever stain that is. Here we go. The stain's fine. And we've lost the pencil because I am the least organised slime you'll ever see. Here we go. You also know my high quality thumbnail because I don't want anyone to see anything. Lushuku would like to have been. I need to do something about that. Look here, little camera. Let's click on this and that, and then calibrate. Yeah, let's calibrate you. Calibrate the living heck out of you. Yeah, let's see if that's better, right? It's when I kind of look back and it's almost as if I'm not. Yeah, it's definitely something to do with it kind of losing the tracking at some point and then going, oh, you're back. And I mean, being like, well, I didn't go anywhere. Why are you doing this to me? I should really get some kind of stand for the camera, but things. She'd have wanted to be born in the age of magic, when Lord Kell ruled supreme. That's when she'd like to have been born. The age of magic, when Lord Kell ruled supreme. And I don't mean the fashion brand. And why? No, fiddlesticks. Threw my dice on the floor. Yep. There we go. Why? Because she'd have been able to learn kind of far more spells than she's able to now. Because they'd be able to learn far more spells. Good point. What spells do they have? I think we're going to go. So everyone always has no read magic, right? But we're going to have charm, and we're going to have 2 sleeps. Anyone who knows my life rolling for skills, why doesn't my mouth move anymore? What's wrong with my mouth? Maybe it's because of the angle that it's at or something. What's wrong with my mouth? Why does my mouth not work? It's been a while. Software's been updated. And what do we think it is? Oh, what's VFX? Oh, that sounds exciting. Calibrate. There we go. Maybe that's better. Maybe that'll be more like it. Maybe that'll be the one. I don't know. Did they? Oh, is that under just for normal cog now? No, see the lip sync type is turned on. Use microphone. That's interesting, isn't it? I don't really see why that doesn't work properly. But hey, whatever. It works more well when I'm just looking at the screen, I think. Whatever. Move on. Stop getting distracted. Everyone knows what I'm like when I'm getting distracted. So, we have a look at that. Does Morgansfort have any specific rules around the travel? I don't think there will be. So 1 square equals 120 yards. An unencumbered character travelling on the road who is not making a map, which is not necessary for when travelling on to the fortress. Can cross 2 squares every 3 minutes. Right. So it's not very long at all. How many squares have we got? So we say we're kind of camped around, probably around here where there's, we've had some protection from wind and that kind of thing. So the party camped where there's some protection from wind. That's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 squares. So at 3 minutes a square, that's like an hour, give or take. We get to the river, and the bridge is clearly not there. So in search of wealth and adventure, our party has travelled to Morgansfort, a lonely stronghold on the fringe of civilization. You spend a few days there replenishing supplies, mending equipment, and seeking rumours of treasure. Clearly we didn't, because we got turned away at the gate, but let's pretend that didn't happen. One evening of a toothless dragon, so we know why we're here. After a short journey south of the old road, we find ourselves at the fortress. It lies on a small island a few hundred yards off the coast. It doesn't look like much, but stories Bart told you are leading you onwards. Random encounter happens on a 1. And have we got a map for the fortress? Do we have a map for the fortress? Floor 1. Do we have a map? We do. Do we know where the entrance point is? I seem to remember this being a thing on one of the other maps. We call it maps, where it's not really very clear as to where the entrance is. But I think the entrance is 16. So let's take a quick check, see if 16 is the entrance. We also have to deal with that lack of bridge, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Wait a minute, this is weird. No, it's not weird. I'm an idiot. 16. If a party approaches this during daylight hours, that's a secret hallway. We don't know about that. 1, 4. Random encounters. If your players are beginners, just impatient, the following description will get them directly into the action. Okay, so that's kind of like a blurb for if the party couldn't be bothered to do stuff around the fortress. Perfectly fair. The weird thing is, again, and I find this a lot, as I was just saying, it doesn't really clearly show you where the entrance to the... Alright, level 1. Regarding number 1, entrance room. Okay. So number 1 is the entrance room. So let's go back to this map. Number 1. Okay. So are we presuming that this is that we curve there is what gets us into number 1? Okay, fine. We'll buy it. I'll buy random encounters. I think it's interesting that they don't have like a map of the outside of the castle. For kind of like here's the thing, because it sounds less like, because on here it says it's a fort, right? An old island fortress, but instead it seems a lot more like kind of a hill fort or something weird. Anyway, what we need to do is come up with a way of getting across the water. So it's about 100 yards. I don't know how. Well, 100 yards is about 90 meters, right? Which I could just about visualize in my head. So they're all going to look. So we've got some folks in plate, so they won't be able to swim across. We're kind of presuming that it's deep enough for it to be a nuisance. Yeah, so each of these is 120 yards. It's slightly less than 100 yards between the first one and that one, and then smaller still to the next one. So I'd say that's probably about 100 yards, and that's about 50 yards, so about 40 meters, and 100 meters. It's still a long old way, right? How on earth do we negotiate that? Good question. What have we got again? What gear have we got in our bags? That's the question. What ingeniously ridiculous method for getting across can we come up with? And let's just double check the description here, right? How to cross the river. It doesn't give us many details about the river. Can we wade across? Right? Is it kind of fordable? 2. So that's a no, because it's too deep. Simple enough. So no, because it's too deep. Okay. So we are going to have to come up with another way, because we can't wade across. And 80 meters is a long old way. We don't have any magic. So no magic to get across. Ropes. See, this is where players are great, right? Because players always come up with stupid ideas. And as a ref, I'm always kind of very short on stupid ideas. Our ropes are only 50 foot, 30 foot even, right? So the ropes won't help, because as far as I'm aware, there's 3 feet in a yard. So that only gets us 10 yards, 10, 20, 30 yards, right? So that's no use. Even with a grappling hook. Thieves' tools don't help us. Crowbar doesn't help us. There's no trees directly nearby. There's some over there. We've got some axes. Guess what we're going to have to do, everyone? We're going to have to make a raft. Yeah? Sounds about right. Now, I reckon, because we're going to take a whole day to do it, We're going to have advantage on their roll. Right, so we get to roll twice and pick the highest number. What other colour should we always like rolling the orange as our second dice, right? So they're going to spend the night 4, yes, but it's not very good. So that's the answer. Yes, but it's not very good. Now that's going to be another day's worth of rations that they've consumed trying to build this raft. Using up some of their supplies. Another day goes by. Oh, that means we get another question at the bonfire. So let's just fill these in. Next one. How did you learn your most valuable skill? Okay, let's see who asks who. 4. So that's 4 is the male fighter, right? That's Mutoke. Mutoke asks 7. 7, which is Nadala. So how did Nadala learn her most valuable skill? Well, clearly her most valuable skill is her magic. Who taught it to? How? Right. So I mean, she learned it through extensive hard work, right? So Nadala, and who was her master or her teacher? So we'll go. It was Terena of Oldford. Taught her, and why? Well, why? Well, spells are cool, right? Yeah. And Nadala is lawful good. Cool, right? So yeah, that's her most important skill. She was taught by Terena of Oldford, and I mean, I think it's pretty clear why it's important. Cool. And she learned it through hard work, of course. So that's day 2 completed for no gain whatsoever. One thing I am missing, because I'm a stupid slime, is my, what's it called? Dungeon tracker. Oh well, let's print out a dungeon tracker, shall we? Ad blocker want me to give us some money? No. Dungeon tracker. One thing that's upset me is that I ordered. It stopped following me again. Why has it stopped following me? Has it stopped following me, or is it just with the side ones not working? No, yeah, it had stopped following me. That's really weird. Really quite. Yeah. Dungeon tracker. Just go to images. There's clearly a game called Dungeon Tracker. Oh, but even despite that, the OSE Dungeon Tracker does show up in the end. Download. Clickety click. Print. Print. Properties. Yeah, cool. Print. Did I just print it funny? I think I might have. Click on my button again. I have printed it funny. Print it not funny. There we go. Right. Dungeon tracker. Right, let's put up here Old Fort, Old Island Fortress. There's no big grandiose description, so we'll go with why Look, I've not come back again. It's really weird. Really, really odd. This has got priority, right? Let's just check. Plugin configuration, show IP. Yeah, set GPU priority, show controls, remember scene, lock screen rotation, write log file, hide logo. Yeah. Why is it not working? Ah, that made me bigger. I grew. How terrifying was that? Growing me. Okay. Old Island Fortress, level 1. There's nothing on there about kind of what anything interesting about the fortress, description-wise. So, oh, for wild. No, I don't need for wild. Oh, the maze. Oh, NPC descriptions. Oh, I just need an oracle. Dungeon entrance. We already know what it's like. Ruinations. Dungeon hazards, trap effect, dungeon room details, dungeon tricks, dungeon activities. Whenever you get one of these things, it's like, none of that really is what I'm looking for. Ah, here we go. Theme. There we go. Let's roll a D8. 8. Knowledge. We know it's an old fort. Okay. I don't think that matters. No, that's not really very useful. So it's kind of a ruined old hill fort. There's greenery kind of growing over the place. The walls have been compromised, and most of the kind of surface level of the fortress has kind of rotted away over time. And we kind of arrive on the island, kind of covered in a little bit damp, kind of uncomfortably damp, but by and large, all of our equipment works, and because we've kind of spent that day making the not great raft, but functional raft, we're good. We tie up the raft. We'll bring the raft up onto the land, and we're ready to go. So, as said, room 1. Room 1. Roll an encounter check the first time the room is entered. Well, this is the first time we're entering the room. So, 5. No encounter. And actually, I probably should have printed out, I probably still can print out as I mention it, because it'll be easier for us to scribble all over it if it's immediately to hand. Most of the stuff that I've been reading recently has been... Oh, no, there it is. There's Morgansfort. Other than Morgansfort, almost everything that I've read was, by the looks of it, was Beyond the Wall. There's lots of kind of like free stuff that you can get for Beyond the Wall, which is kind of cool. All right, here it is. Print. I may as well print page 31 and 32. Print. That's not the print button. That is. Print pages 31 and 32. 31 and 32. No. See, 32 and 33. 32 and 33. Let's check. That's... No. Okay, 33 and 34. 33 and 34. Donk. Donk. There we go. And we want to print both sides. Portrait. Yeah. This way we can measure the number of squares we're going through. I presume it's 10-foot scale. It would make sense. Let's wait for this little bad boy to print out. Here we go. There we go. So we can track our progress on here. And then where do our dice just go? Over here. Right. Things that I don't need in the way right now. I wish you weren't folded over, so that's one thing. Let's organise our working space first, shall we? I don't need this keyboard on this table because I'm not using the keyboard. So that can go over there and sit on top of the player's handbook. I need this, and I need the Morgansfort book with me. I don't need the wrist rest, so the wrist rest can go away. Do I need this? One-page generators. Maybe. We'll keep that. I don't really need the campaign notebook right now. No. We'll put the campaign notebook over here with Forge. And I don't need solo wargaming, so I'll put that over there with Forge. I might need those at some point, but probably not today. And here's the thingamajig. Tables and fables. I might need them. But probably won't. Oh look, I've gone funny again. So we'll keep those kind of close. And the rule cyclopedia itself, I probably don't need because I've got the rule. I've got the, you know, the thing. Right. Although these are just no, these are back me because look, they go up to 36. So I've got these. Good. Oh, I've got some other BF stuff that I don't need this very second, so we can get that all out of the way. And this clearly isn't Shadowrun, so we can move this out of the way. And oh, that's starting to feel a bit better, isn't it? It's starting to feel a bit more there. It's starting to feel like I'm not quite as cluttered. Right. Put this here. Let's move over here for a second, and those two decks for nighttime encounters. Yeah, we love a little nighttime encounters for our crew. I've also got some blank cards, which the problem with them is that they're far too far too easily wiped clean, right? I wanted them to be wiped clean, but they're like super easy to wipe clean. Unlike this mat, which is kind of annoying to wipe clean. But hey, we are where we are, aren't we? Okay, now I need these little guys to be out of my way. I need this deck of cards. Stick that under here. Let's open up the wee thing, all right, so we can hide our bits of paper from ourselves. Now, what I was really interested in was movement rate. Yeah, so movement rate, normal for 400 to 800 is 90. So we move at 90 foot per turn. We're assuming this is the scale of this is 10 foot. We have the simple solorpg emulator in case we need it. I don't know if we will. I really need to put this back where it belongs. I've got this. I need this over here. I'm not making this any neater. This has not worked. This has not worked at all. It's not gone well. Right, you get out of my way. This is good. Backpack, good. Monster tracker sheet if I need it, good. And I'm making all kinds of weird things, eh? Right. And I've lost my pencil. We've lost it. It's gone. It's not gone. It's in there. So, we enter. This room appears to be empty. The floor shows signs of substantial traffic between the stairs and the western hallway. There's a note here. If the party's noisy, is the party noisy? I mean, they're trying to kind of... No, I don't think they're noisy because they're moving at a slow pace, which means they're kind of keeping their eyes out for everything. They don't have a reason to kind of talk much, so they're going to be kind of reasonably quiet. And what else do we see in this room? So there's the stairs that we come down, and also there's 4 open passageways. So north, south, or east. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. And let's mark. This is turn 1. Oh wow, look at me. Whew, that's a... Is there an option in here to... yeah, to do a thing? Hold on. No, not that. That's not what I want. Bring me back over here. Oh, it's like I'm being controlled by the hands of God. And God has very rough hands. Display lighting, no. Over here. What have we got? No, none of that's useful. None of that was the feature that I thought existed. And that's just, yeah, that's for fine tuning on the rig. None of the stuff that I understand. What's Spout 2? What's NDI? I don't know. Well, NDI sounds like it should be some NVIDIA stuff, right? Oh no, network stuff. I'm not streaming this directly, so none of that matters. Visual effects. Yeah, if those sound cool, I'll have to... One day I'll get a real model, not just a cheap bought model. But maybe let's wait until I do all kinds of other stuff before I worry about it. I've stopped blinking. Why's that stopped? Very weird. Very weird indeed. Scan. Maybe it's just... maybe just this. Maybe it's because it's too high up. Maybe that's why I'm having a problem. I don't know. If I stop that a second. Ooh, let's have a look. And if I go to tracking quality, choose camera, tracking quality. See, the thing I really want is RTX turned on, but that goes wild. Does it work now? Let's see. Do. Apparently, oh, well, there we go. Oh, hello. So the reason why I tended not to use this is that the blinking goes absolutely mad with it. So we'll see. But yeah, cool. Whatever. It doesn't matter. So what we've marked off a turn on the turn tracker, and we're gonna head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. 1, 2. So we're going north. The thief, of course, is in front, as noted, moving silently, and the rest of the party follows. And they'll listen at the door, so they have a 1 or a 2, they can hear something. Above, they don't. So 1, they hear something. If there's something to hear, they hear it. So room 17. Also, that's, well, this will be our whole turn because we're going to stop and listen at the door. So we need to mark off another one. And we need to roll for an encounter. Another one. So there is an encounter. So let's do this in order. We listened at the door first. And the room is 17. Let's see if there's anything to hear. Is there anything to hear in the darkness? Let's see. 17, 14, 15, 16, 17. Level 2? That's not level 2. Now I'm confused. 10, 13, off of 1, level 1. 17, level 2. Really? But there's a different map for level 2. Now I'm confused. Why you confuse me like this? Why you confuse me? There's level 2. But clearly, yeah, level 2, 17. That's... Oh, is that a 12? That's not a 7. That's a 12. See that? That's a 12. Not a 7. 12. We can't hear anything on the other side of the door. But as we are listening, so clearly whatever this is will probably come from behind. But as we're listening, let's roll a d6. What is it? 4. 2d6 kobolds. 5 kobolds. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so we've got 5 kobolds. Oh, 1 second. Let's I don't think that's got kobolds in it. Woo! Let's see. Have we got any kobolds in here? I think I do. I've got kobolds in one of them. Do. Goblins. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 kobolds. Ooh, I've been looking forward to an opportunity to use them. Let's get this out of the way. It is out of the way. Now it says refer to room 14. I presume there's some naughty kobolds. Okay. Oh, wow. Hello, kobolds. So we got some wee angry kobolds. Grrr. Grrr. There you go. I expect. Well, let's see. Do they come from through this door or do they come from behind? 1 to 3 through the door. Because if they're coming through the door, then we do hear them, right? So are they coming through here or through here? So 1 to 3, 4 to 6, right? 2. Okay, so they're coming this way. So they're coming this way, probably from over here or over here. But, so when we're listening at the door, actually, now that we revise, we hear a door closing in this other room. And that kind of keys us into it as something in that room. So the party spends a few moments kind of setting themselves up, right? Let's get this out of the way. Come on, you. Get out of my way. Let's get all this out of the way. Donk. Oh, we do need it back. We do need it back in a second, so we can't get it too out of the way. Monster sheet. We want to put the kobolds in. So kobold 1, kobold 2, kobold 3, kobold 4. Is this the easiest way to, maybe I'll just put in 1 kobold, and then their hit dice 1. Are they 1 minus 1, or are they 1? Hit dice half by old numbers, so they're just hit dice 1, right? I think it's 1 minus 1, right? Is that back me? Yeah, less than 1 or less. So we'll make them 1 minus 1, and because they're so low, their to hit armor class 0 is 20. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. And we'll put in here the hit points for them. We've got 5 D8 hit points. 1, 2, 3. Can I see any more quickly? 4. It'd be great if I could see a 5th. Can I see a 5th? Can I see a 5th? I can. There we go. Let's do 5 of them all at once. So a 1, a 3, a 1, a 7, and a 7. Two tanky kobolds there. But we're going to be in kind of position. So we're going to have, the corridors are 10 foot wide. So that means we can fit 3 people in. Notes that all monsters are assumed can see in the dark. So the thief is going to fall kind of back and use their bow. I think that's right. Yeah, their bow. We're going to have the 3 mages at the back. Right. Then we're going to have clerics, both the clerics at the front. And we're going to have Boudica, you're at the front. Then we're going to have Matey Boy behind them with his halberd, right? So they're prepped, right? Door. What kind of doors? We're going to have this wee door. Have that wee door, and we're going to have beasties. The beasties just wandering through this way, right? They're not really paying much attention. I expect they're kind of this is their home. Why would they need much caution? No, there's like no bridge or anything. So how's anyone going to get it? Just off to do a little raid, probably. And wizards at the back. So they open the door, right? They also don't have my pen. This will do, I think. Is this yeah, this is a whiteboard marker. Like so. They spot the people. They're probably surprised, but let's go give a roll for them to be surprised. They're not surprised. And what's their reaction to the situation? 12. Wow. Okay, cool. Unless kobolds have a rule, which I don't think they do. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. See. Let's have a look. Kobolds A B C D E F G H I J K K H J H A B C F G H I J K. Hate gnomes. We're not gnomes. Cool. Okay. They're friendly. Friendly kobolds. Yeah. Do they know common? Right. I reckon it's unlikely. So on a 1 or on a 1 they know common. They don't know common. So the kobolds start kind of wildly hand gesturing and offering the party kind of just being very animated about the entire situation. They seem to be very excited to have visitors, which is incredibly confusing to everyone involved. Yeah. We're like, okay, fine, this is an interesting outcome. And I think, the kobolds have clearly mistaken them for bandits, probably, and kind of just walk on by, ignoring the entire situation. So, does the party want to let them walk on by? Probably. There's no reason to get into a fight if you don't have to. So they kind of exchange some pleasantries, and the kobolds carry on about their business. And they point at the ground and go, and kind of do an animated motion like, ugh, and point at the ground again and go, ugh, and they kind of hop around the spot that they were pointing at. Indicating to the party that maybe they shouldn't go into the hole. Cool. Well, there's a turn up for books. I finally get my little kobolds out, and what happens? They're friendly kobolds. They're happy little carry on kobolding kobolds. So that's that fight not happening. Door closes behind them. Party goes into a room. What have we got? This is room. The map's back in here. That's what room it is. There you go. We're all ready to go, and then nothing. That's behind my head, but there we go. Party gets back into their marching order. So thief out front, fist warrior at the back. And then Boudica and the person in the armor out mostly front, right? Like so. Dunk, 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 dunk. Right. Cool. So in this room we've got the room itself, so we should search for room, because you got to search for room. And what does it look like? Room 12. Room 12. A heavy long table and ornate chairs, badly deteriorated, occupy the centre of this room. Discoloured patches on the wall seem to indicate that many paintings once hung there. So the thief confirms that there was a pit trap, right? And this puts them on even more heightened alert that there might be traps. And they search for room. I won't roll because I already know there's nothing in here. So they've searched for room. That'll take a turn. And now they get to pick where they go next. So we've got 1, 2, 3 options. So D6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. This way. So this action 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do they notice? Does the thief notice the thing on the wall? 1 or a 2. Let's use this dice. 4. Nope. They notice nothing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the thief listens at this here door. Does hear through the door. What are they hearing? Well, they're hearing a lot of kind of chattering noises. There's clearly a large collections of things behind this door. What alignment are these dudes? Doesn't say. Always annoying. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely something behind here. The question is, roll for wandering monsters. 4. So there's no wandering monsters this time. And there is something in this room. And this is room 14. Is the party gonna charge in and zap it, or is the party going to pass because it's clearly full of dangerous things? I reckon on a 1 or a 2 they pass, come back later. On a 3 to 6 they go for it. 6 they go for it. Okay. Again, they get into their battle formation. So 3 up the front. Thief hiding back here. Wizards behind. The plan will be, if there's a lot of beasties, they'll sleep them. We'll drop a sleep on them. If there aren't, we'll do the melee. Now I'm going to need a big old box. And we're going to need to clear off a big old bit of room. Because as always, when I roll these random directions, we seem to have rolled randomly right into the party. So let's get this and put it somewhere where it's nice and accessible for me. Let's close you and put you out of my way. Over here, yeah. That's gone over there. So there were 5 of these guys, and we didn't fight them. So I'll still give them the experience points for that. As little as it matters, right? So this room is... Let's draw the room first. Right. Where are we? It's 2 by 4 by 2, like so. Oh, I found this the other day. I had to do, well, I was looking for stuff for work. Look, it almost works. Ooh. Let's get this kind of out of the way a bit. We'll still need it where you all can see it, but we need to get the battle grid ready, right? So 2 by 4 by 2, which means 4 by 8. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Like so. And this is the corridor. Is that right? No, it's more like that. Okay. So, what I'm going to need... we need a lot of them. An awful lot of them. So that's 5. Let's get in here. Let's see how many we've got. Not enough. Not enough. Takes us up to 7. 8. 9. 10. 10. Can we find some more? 10. 11. We got some more. 11. 12. It feels like we might be running low. 12. If only these were lots and lots of goblins. 12. 13. 14. Is that it? I think 14 might be it. Looks like it. Okay. We got 14. It's not enough. But we'll have to recycle some. We will have to recycle some. So. Let's get a whole bunch of these kind of dotted about. Ag. Fiddlesticks. Get some over here. Get some over here. Right. How are we going to count these? But first of all, we kick in the door. There she is. Suffice to say, sleep might be getting used. Right. Okay. That's that. Now let's also get that's for Shadowrun book. That's absolutely no use to me whatsoever. Let's get this out. Yes. Let's just double check sleep. Not equipment. I want sleep. Sleep. Phantasmal Force. Color spray. Light. This is illusionist spells. Magic. Spellbooks. Druids. Clerics. Nonsense classes. Sleep. Yes, that's what I need. I need sleep. What class? Magic user spells. Here we go. Sleep. Total of 2d8 hit dice of creatures. Cool. Let's bear this. If only I had one of these. Haha, one of those. I've got one. I put it in there. A 2d8 worth of hit dice worth of creatures. Now, because this is... They're 1d minus 1, so they're still 1 hit dice creatures. Half hit dice creatures are a later thing. So they're a little bit more durable to the sleep spells, but the sleep spells are a little bit more powerful. But door opens. This is a dank, stinky room. It's kind of like it smells of probably smells a bit like the musky smell of my flooded storage room, actually, to be frank. And there are lots of little eyes kind of like peer out as these little kind of yellow eyes from the darkness. It's almost just like lots of rats have suddenly started looking at us, but they're clearly not rats as our torchlight shines upon them. This is clearly kind of like the breeding layer of a den of festering kobolds. And yeah, they're very surprised to see us, I expect. We're not surprised to see them. So let's see how surprised. They're not surprised. They're not surprised in a combat fashion, but they are surprised in a we're there fashion. Any other details on this? No, not really. 5. Yeah, they're not pleased to see us. Monsters are aggressive. Roll next round -4, but we're gonna just go for it, right? So, yeah, I mean, we're gonna move into this room. Gonna move into this room. And then, what's the area effect of sleep? It's another interesting question. So sleep area range is 240 foot. Two d8 worth. Weakest first. Yeah, it doesn't really say what the AOE of it is, so just go everyone around. Because they haven't attacked immediately, we can expend our first spell. And we do 2d8 worth of bad guys. Because their reaction is aggressive, but not immediate attack. And ours is immediate attack. So, wow. Okay, that's a great roll. 13 hit dice worth of beasties. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The 13 that we see all fall asleep. We have 5, 16 left. So there's still this many, plus a couple more in here, ready to kill us. The question there is I think we're going whole hog because I reckon this room's probably got some money in it. So, just doing both. 14. So the first spell gets rid of 15. This gets rid of 16. So, 18 minus what we were on before. We got an 8 and a 5, right? Last time. So that was 13. Yeah. Right, so we got rid of 13, donk, and now we just got rid of 15. So 13 would get rid of all of them and 2 of them, taking that down to 16. I mean, it was only one of them still stood up at the start of the actual combat, right? So initiative rolls. Pink is always our side. So the one that's awake gets to go first. And we'll just say that one's awake. And this one is probably quite confused as to what's just happened. And so he will start slapping his mate, and his mate will start waking up this turn, right? But then, what's the process supposed to be? Morale checks. Well, they're in their home, they're in their lair, so we're not going to run away. Movement, that's kind of his movement. Our movement is going to be, we're going to move into this. You're asleep. We're going to move into this melee. And the ranger will shoot at them. Missile combat, ranger shoots. Their armor class is 13. What's that in real armor class? I don't know. What's 13? Presuming it starts at 10, right? So 7 is their armor class. So the thief hits a 7 on a 9 or above. So this'll do. I don't know where these dice go. Oh, wow, hits. So that's a hit. It's D6. 5 points. That'll kill the most highly statted one in here. So the first one dies. When it's melee, this one has just woken up, so I'm not going to give him a melee roll. But then these guys will hit him. So they need... This dude needs a... Against 7, needs a 9 or above to hit with his... No, that's the wrong one. Oh no, we're good. These should be sword, short bow. There we go. Sword and short bow. 19. That's a... Oh wow, you can't see. My head is in the way. There you go. That's a hit. D6 plus 3 for damage. 5. It's dead. Right, and this is an entire room now full of sleeping kobolds. And they're all so happy to see us the first time around. How long are they asleep for? They're asleep for... How long are these little sleepy kobolds asleep for? 4d4 turns. So, let's get a d4. Come to me, 4-sided dice. There we go. Oh, is that another one? 3 4-sided dice. 4 4-sided dice. So, 1, 2, 4, 6. 6 rounds. 60 minutes. They're asleep for an hour. We find in this room, when we search, so if we go here, and remember our primary objective at this very moment is to make enough money to get into the castle. So, top bananas. Right, where on earth has my blasted turn tracker gone? Oh, there it is. Right, open up our little tracker. We can shift all this out of the way because we don't need any of it, because sleep spells, good spells, very useful. Luckily we found this room like straight away. So we want to mark off one for the search and the thing and the fight, because this was for the searching and the fight. That was for the fighting. This is for searching. This is because it's a rest turn. And we need to utilize some torches. But what did we find? We found a lot of silver a lot of copper pieces. 1,375, 1,735 copper pieces. 1,085 silver pieces and 1,195 electrum pieces even. We found a scroll. Yeah, okay, so we found a scroll. And we will put the scroll, because no one's got their read magic spells up at the moment, but where's our equipment? Where's our gear list? Here it is. So Nadella will have a scroll. Scroll. And then we need to share. How many bags have we got? We've got one large sack. Everyone's got a backpack. So one large sack, which is about 600 coins. We've got another large sack. So that's 1,200 coins. Another large sack, 1,800 coins. You don't have a sack. You've got two large sacks. So 1,800 coins, 2,400, 3,000 coins, and another 4,200 coins. So we can carry all these coins. So that's a bonus. I think we can anyway. 3,000 coins. How many did I say? How many bags? How many large sacks did we have again? 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5. Was it? 2. See, 2. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. 7 times 600. My bag's over there. My book's over there, which is right. So the times 5 is 3,000 plus another 2, 4,200. Right, cool. So we've got 4,200 cap. And we're going to carry out, I suppose, all the coins. So we've got a bag. We've basically got a bag, 2 bags of electrum pieces. So we'll have a bag. We'll just put a little start bag of electrum. Bag of EP. And we'll have, what else we have? 2 bags of EPs. We've got 2 bags of silver pieces. So we'll have a bag of silver pieces. We'll probably have another bag of silver pieces here. Of silver pieces. And what we've got? 2 bags of, pretty much 2 bags of copper. 3 bags of copper, more or less. KN bag of copper pieces. Bag of copper pieces. And a bag of copper pieces. Right? Okay. And question. do the party kill all the kobolds? So we've got to bear in mind that this is a world where probably kobolds generally rob, murder, and kill villagers, and so they'll have had them. They'll have lost friends and family members to kobolds before. But I reckon also just straight out slaughtering a whole room full of them might be kind of a difficult event. So I'm going to say it's 50-50. 1 to 3 they kill them all. 4 to 6 they don't. 3 they don't. So all the kobolds except for the 2 we killed survive. But we will still get all the experience points for them because, duh. 19, 29 kobolds. That's 290 experience points for them. And we've used up a torch, and we've used up 2 torches now. 2 torches. They have the wizards probably holding up the torches for the most part. So we'll mark off some torches on them. But what we're going to do, I think, is we've used up our big all of our spells, and so I think we're just gonna leave. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 puts us back in this room. And that's 1 turn. And where's my turn tracker gone again? There it is. Right, so that's our free turn. And then we're going to go down here and avoid this trap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do we run into a monster as we leave? No. So we leave. And we get on our raft and we head back to Morgansfort. Well, is our raft still there when we get back? I reckon it's likely that it's still there, isn't it? So we'll do. We'll roll 2 of the dice. There we go. 1 and a 2. It's not there. Okay, that's a problem. So we get back. Well, we get out. And we're like, haha, that's fantastic. What a quick in and out we just did. But there's no raft. So what on earth are we going to do? Let's find out. Well, first of all, I want to find out what a 2 is. No, because... Well, I reckon it's no because the kobolds took it, right? So the kobolds took it, so that's unfortunate for the party. Oh, hello, P.O. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope for all the fun is there. Sometimes it feels like a puzzle. Does it look like there's any kind of shrubbery about on the island? That's a question for us. Does it look like there's shrub? I mean, yeah, there are trees on the island. We do have an axe. We also have a lot of angry kobolds potentially coming. So, how tall do we think a tree is? They're going to be pretty big, right? So, can we get enough trees? Hack down enough trees and kind of get them in place before sun goes down, but we can escape the little island. That's our question. Again, I think it's with advantage because we've got axes and we're quite strong and we have a lot of desire to get off. So, oh yes, we do. Okay. So fortunately, there's a few big trees around which the party managed to hack down and get off the island. Kind of building a ramshackle log bridge across the here we go across this here river. And we managed to get back to Morgansfort. Because we got the 6, we don't get hassled by the kobolds, so that's cool. And we get back to town, and the guards seat us with our sacks of gold, well, with our sacks of money, and is like, you managed to find yourself some gold coins then. And you know, well, not gold just yet, says Boudica, but we're definitely getting there. And he smiles and nods, and they give him the electrum pieces. So they managed to escape with their lives and a little bit of money. Not too bad a haul for what? Not even an hour's adventuring in the dungeon. So they've got a good feeling about this dungeon. And whilst they're away, they'll use their read magic. They'll spend a day in town and use their read magic and identify that. They'll be able to see that scroll is a scroll of knock. So that's good. That did a thing. Yeah. Well, that all went very well, didn't it? That was surprisingly smooth. But again, this is kind of, I think it's quite funny that when I roll random moves around a dungeon, I always end up going to like something interesting or directly to where I'm supposed to be very quickly. So that's cool. So we raided 14. It's behind my head. We raided 14 then, and made a pretty packet. Just kind of straight in, up, right, through the door. Double sleep spells. Got big on the sleep spells. Butchered, murdered. Just brutality. It was a brutal takedown. But we also left the kobolds alive. So that was nice of us. It's clearly a nice party of nice people. And we'll have, the party will be drawing out their map as well. So that's that. That's an evening of fine adventuring, I find. So yeah, cool. Top bananas. Well, I hope you've all had no fun at all, and you're, etc. Let's make sure we put the map back in. Let's put the map in here, otherwise we'll lose it, and I'll forget what I was doing again, and we'll do something else. So let's put that back in there. I'm going to have to update the title of this to be OSR, some old school Dungeons and Dragons. I'm even following most of the rules this time, so that's good of me. And I'll keep this dungeon tracker, although we only got 7, 8 in, but we'll keep it. And we'll go in again, and next time, hopefully we'll have some more rumours and all sorts. It'll be very exciting. Now, I might play again tomorrow. Probably going to do something again tomorrow. But I might do Star Wars, or I might do Star Trek. So we'll see. We'll see what we do. Party didn't even take any damage. In fact, we just killed 2 kobolds and made a fair old wad of money. I'll dish out the experience points to the characters, and see you back here, same bat time, same bat hour, or same bat channel, same bat hour. I think that's what it was. And maybe I won't see you same bat time, same bat hour. So, have fun. Bye-bye. Then I said that, and I go, ooh, look. Bye-bye.